Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
If you've been following me on YouTube long enough, you would know that Mike Winger is one of my favorite pastors on YouTube. I consume his content frequently. Matter of fact, I recommend his content frequently to people who happen and have questions, and specifically with my Bethel video. I think he has a really good breakdown of the Bethel video. I'm going to prove it to you that this is what it is. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go to channels, under my tab, right? Channels under my tab, you see all my friends. These are people I know in real life. Of course, you got Paul Russell, Nick D, Amen Church Live, Southside Rabbi, Rhythm Church, and Mike Winger. Yes, Mike Winger. I did not do this. The Mike Winger is like literally one of my favorite Christian YouTubers. I love his teaching. Maybe some minor things we disagree with here or there, but by and large, I think he's a great teacher, and I've reached out to him trying to get him on the show before, and he started a separate YouTube page called YouTube Tactics with Mike Winger. If you have any desire, and if you're a Christian or you want to get into YouTube, YouTube Tactics with Mike Winger is super fire. I recommend you subscribe. It's super low key. It's only 4,000 subscribers, and last night he was live and he was reacting to people's YouTube page, people's thumbnails, people's content, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to show you this, you guys, because I was just geeked out. Like I was super excited. And if you guys know who Mike Winger is, if you don't know who Mike Winger is, you should know who Mike Winger is. And if you guys know, then you know. So let me show you guys this clip real quick. So it's about the 46-minute mark. I'm finally understanding clippable titles and thumbnails. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a fangirl when this happened. So let's watch this.
That's like for real. I'm just skipping around here, so forgive me. I know I can't get to everybody.
I was in the chat about 20 minutes at this point.
And all right, so I'm gonna click on a channel who I recently have actually seen some of your stuff. Ruslan KD's.
He's seen some of my stuff, yo. He has seen some of my stuff, and I was like, wow, he's seen some of my stuff. This is amazing. So let's I'll give you guys. And actually, the advice he gave me, I instantly implemented. Right. So he says he's seen some of my stuff.
So hold on, Ruslan.
And he knows how to say my name?
Recently I had seen his stuff, and Ruslan has, I mean, congratulations, Ruslan. You have 35,000 subscribers.
Thanks, Pastor Mike.
Not easy to do, man. And the thing I noticed about Ruslan, if you guys are interested in watching how somebody might leverage live streaming content and using multiple camera angles, I mean, obviously you're a good multitasker, right? Because he's bouncing around between all these camera angles and
Pastor
all this
Mike.
stuff. And that takes work. That takes work to do. But you know who your audience is, and I think that they find that appealing.
Yo, so first of all, that is incredibly generous of him, incredibly gracious of him. Obviously, if you guys don't know, all my content is actually live. I go live. I chop these down into separate videos. Lately, I've been going live and doing Bible studies. I enjoy the spontaneous nature of creating content live. And I didn't really think about it, but I guess I do multitask. I got multiple cameras. That camera, I got, obviously the screen. I have a video switcher right here. If I go to here, you guys can see my hand. Separate laptop. I do multitask. Sometimes you don't really know what you're doing while you're doing it and why it's working. And I'm grateful for him sharing that. Like, oh, yo, you're good at multitasking. Now, what he goes on to say is hilarious because I didn't know. And this literally changed the game. I felt like an idiot after the fact, the advice he gives me. And you guys are going to see me implement it. Basically, I got to redo all my thumbnails. Short end of it. All right, check it out.
So as far as titles and thumbs, let's just go to recent videos. So you're following a pattern, which is your face along with some text on the bottom of the screen. And then you have like maybe a couple other images in there. So I see like there's a Joe Rogan thing in there. Joe Rogan is like interesting, whether you like him or not. He's just interesting. And so, yeah, that's interesting. I think that title and that thumbnail are probably pretty good. But one concern I have with your... Actually, almost every thumbnail I see on your screen right now.
I blew it, guys.
When YouTube displays the thumbnail, you don't realize this when you're creating a thumbnail image, but they put a timestamp on the bottom right of your screen. Mm-hmm. So there you are. You have text running. How do I do this way? Because it's reversed for you guys. Okay, so you have text running down here, and then right here, there we go. YouTube puts a timestamp right here.
All my thumbnails are ruined.
So whenever you make a thumbnail, you want to make sure that what's on that bottom, right side as you're watching your screen, the bottom right side of the image is not important. That it's okay if YouTube obscures that with some digits. And the smaller the thumbnail is on YouTube, the more those little numbers will cover up. So if it's real big, if they're watching on desktop, it won't cover up as much. If they're watching like a real small thumbnail on the cell phone, especially because in some places the cell phone shows really small thumbnails, then those number digits are bigger in relation to the thumbnail, and they'll cover up more. And so you put, what does it mean to bless? And I know it says bless God there because I saw you had a swear it said bless God, right, on one of your videos. But on your first one there, it just says, what does it mean to bless? And I wouldn't be able to read that.
So long story short, all my thumbnails are trash. Pastor Mike Winger had to tell me the truth. Check out what I did. If you go, if you look at my,
then those number digits are big.
If you look at my thumbnails, I'm going to close the player. I'll show them to you. I actually just redid the past 3, and I started putting my text at the top, and that way this isn't covered up. So those of you guys looking into getting into YouTube, there it is. Some really tangible, practical advice, completely ethering myself like an idiot with the thumbnails. So I wanted to highlight that just because here's the thing, guys, like you make music, you make content, you make videos, you don't ever really know who's watching. Listen, the moral of the story is, first of all, shout out to Pastor Mike Winger. Second of all, Pastor Mike Winger, I'd love to have you on here. Hopefully he's watching this, and let's have a conversation live stream. I'd love to interview you. I got a ton of questions. Second of all, when you're creating, you never know who's watching. So you guys, if you want to be a creative, keep creating and keep at it. And I promise you, at some point, if you're pressing into the things he's talking about on his new YouTube channel, by the way, which I recommend you guys all go subscribe if you have any desire to be a creative or do anything in the YouTube Christian space. But when you leverage the things you're good at, when you leverage the things you're passionate about, and when you leverage where there is a need, by and large, the algorithms in this entire new world we're in, it'll reward you. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Mike Winger, super dope, super grateful, super excited.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.